Well, guys, welcome back to another shitty episode. Once again, Danny is not here. I don't know how he's acquired so much PTO to be able to afford taking off this much time, but we're just gonna roll with the show. But in all honesty, Danny is sick, so I didn't want him around me. Clearly, the last time we shot, he was sicker than we thought. So, he's taken a couple of days off to himself to heal and get better. And y'all get a solo episode, which y'all probably hate, but oh fucking well. You can watch me be uncomfortable for 15 to 30 minutes. But, I am trying to update the setup a little bit and change up the layout. As you can see by the board right here, I'm now going to be keeping up with every episode. I'm going to change the amount of followers and or subscribers that we have on each platform that we post on. So, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Is that it? Yeah, that's all of them. And enjoy my hand-drawn logos. They are not the best, but oh well. The lights in here, I did update those as well with some diffusers, I think is what they're called. So hopefully the light isn't too bright anymore. The light does look really bright in some of the episodes, so I put those diffusers on, and hopefully it's a little bit better of a podcast, make the image a little bit better. But this is going to be a weird episode, just like every solo is, and guess what, I gotta do another one on Monday. So I'm going to try to keep this like a normal podcast, but some things that have happened the past few days that I wanted to talk to Danny about, but Danny's not here, is Gypsy Rose. I didn't know who that was a week ago, and she's been everywhere. No matter if I'm on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, she's everywhere. And so I kind of looked into her, and personally I was really confused at first. Because everybody's excited about her getting out of jail. And I found out that she helped kill her mom. And so I was really, really fucking confused. Some of you may be in the same boat. I was like, what the fuck? Why are we cheering on someone that helped murder their mom? But after I'd done a little bit more research, and I started watching the Hulu, I don't know if it's called a documentary or a reenactment, just the story of Gypsy Rose on Hulu called The Act. It was a really interesting show. Really got you to see the true life of Gypsy, and it's really cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. But it's a weird situation, like, and this is just my personal opinion. When you push a person to their breaking point, I can kind of understand where she came from, but then again, I don't really want to cheer on someone that murdered someone. But I kind of get where she came from, and it's really weird. It's a really cool story, though. Something to really get your mind turning and thinking was Gypsy Rose. I fell into the rabbit hole of that. So it's been weird. I've been hooked on that for like 3 days now. So I don't know how to feel about it yet, because murder is almost never okay. But in that situation, I kind of understand a little bit. Kind of. I don't know. I don't know. She was being tortured for years upon years upon years, mentally and physically. And so, again, if you push a human to their breaking point, I mean, what do you expect to happen? And so I don't know. It's fucking weird. But a really good show. It kept me on the edge of my seat almost the whole time. And so, I liked it. But, it's just crazy how much fame she has drawn because of this. Because I can't remember if it was today or yesterday. On TikTok, she has 7 million followers. Like, that is just fucking insane. 7 million. And she's been out for like a week. It's crazy. Why can't I get those kind of numbers? But, yeah, that's all I've been up to this past week. And, working on the office here and there. Actual work, which is never fun, especially this time of year. If y'all don't know, I work in the ag industry, and this time of year, cotton's not being planted, so there's not much to do. And so it's been really slow and boring and just doing paperwork, which is never fun. And then just doing bullshit work, which personally I hate. I like to stay busy, which is why I like this podcast, shooting 3 episodes a week. That's why I enjoy this, because I can constantly be doing something. I can either be learning or like teaching myself something, working on Adobe, or reaching out to people to try to get them on the show. Which, speaking of that, as y'all know, for years now, well, not years, but for months now, I've talked about e-girls and goth girls and all this and that. Well, today I got a message, which I don't know if this is going to work out or not. It would be really cool if it did. I got a message from Cruella Morgan. I asked her to come on the podcast. She said, "What is it about?" And so I explained to her what this show is about and told her that to check it out on Instagram and on TikTok. But whether she opens that or not after that, who knows? Whether she's going to check it out or not, who knows? And whether if not she comes on, who knows? But if I got Cruella Morgan on this show, I would probably cry of excitement and fangirldom. Is that what you would call it? Fangirldom? So, be really fucking cool. We've gotten Girk on, we've gotten Shell on, we've gotten Nora on, and those are the 3 biggest creators we've gotten on so far. I think Girk is the biggest with over 1 million followers on TikTok, but Cruella has like 3 million. Just don't get me wrong, 1 million's a lot, but 3 times that. It's what Cruella has, and of course she was one of them that helped Dexter and the Moonrocks take off, I think. With the transitions and that little era that happened. She's funny, in my opinion. She makes really funny content. And then here recently, she split her tongue in half. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that, but they go in and get surgery and split their tongue in half to where they can, like, it's like a snake, kind of. It's like, and they can fucking move it, and it's really fucking cool. I would never do it. I'm too scared. But I think it'd be really cool to talk about on the podcast. And her journey of like all the stuff that she does. Like she does body hanging and swinging where she like hooks to her arms and swings from the ceiling by them, and her back and her legs, and makes my stomach queasy, but it's really cool because I could never do that. But I think it'd be really cool to have her on and get to ask her those kind of questions that I want to ask and stuff that I've never heard her answer, and find out a little bit more. I think it would be super interesting and fun. So maybe, that's a maybe. I've never gotten the attention of someone that big, so it's really fucking cool. But we'll see how it goes. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I'm not gonna let it bother me too much, but it'd be really cool. I think it's really cool that she messaged me in general. But we'll see what happens. I don't know. These solos, they are. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better about talking. I'm not having to get drunk. This is 2 podcasts in a row that I haven't drank, and I just realized that. Sorry, my dog's at my door. This is 2 episodes that I haven't drank. It's weird. I don't know. It's really weird. I guess I don't know if I'm forgetting to pour a drink or if I just feel like I don't need it anymore. I don't really have an explanation. Yeah, it's weird. But I am still trying to work on getting more creators onto the show. Being a small podcast like what we are, it's really hard to catch attention. Like, nobody's really paying attention to us. I'm grateful for the attention that we have, but it's such a small scale compared to the people that I reach out to, even smaller creators. It's really hard to get attention. So I'm trying to get some really fun and interesting people on. I've had a couple people say they were going to come on, but they just didn't. And so I really want to try to create a fun show out of this. I would love to be able to get to the point where maybe once a week we have a guest on. I think that would be awesome if we could do that. But it's hard. It's really hard to find interesting guests that I believe everybody would enjoy watching and getting them on, and it's harder than I expected. I got really lucky with Girk, Shell, and Nora. I don't know how I pulled those off. It was just pure luck. And so for a long time I thought it was easy because those 3 came so easy. And now I'm starting to realize that that was all luck. So a little bit of a wake-up call that I needed. But I'm sure in the future we're going to have more guests on. And like I said, I would like it to be like a weekly thing, like every week is a different guest on. And if we could do that, I could possibly put out 4 episodes a week, because I am trying to put out as much content as I possibly can for y'all, because I genuinely enjoy this. As awkward as it is and weird as it is to sit down in front of a camera and talk for 15 to 30 minutes at a time, it's something that I enjoy, and hearing feedback from the show is something that I enjoy, and so I want to create the best content possible for y'all. And so that's what I'm working on. That's why I'm trying to switch up the office and change up the scenery to make it more enjoyable. I want to fix the lights to make the video better, because majority of our views are on... Oh, I didn't put Spotify. Damn. Forgot to put Spotify. I'll put Spotify up there for next time. But, you know what? Y'all can sit here and watch me. Do not judge the way I draw circles. I'm not artistic. I am autistic. What is the Spotify logo? I know it's like lines. I just don't know how many lines. Oh, wait. Okay, it's 3 lines. And then, how many followers do we got on Spotify? 10. Wow. Alright. So Spotify is up there now. Fuck. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. Oh, so I want to make this office scenery as fun as possible and as enjoyable as possible, because I know the majority of our viewers and views come from YouTube, which is video. So I want to try to make this fun, and I want to make it enjoyable, because, excuse me, if you're going to take time out of your day to watch me, I want to try to value your time. I don't want you to have to watch this and be like, having to watch Chase's show. Having to watch this. I hate that. And so I want to make it fun and enjoyable. And just create a fun show. Create something different. Something that has never been done. The goal of this show is to be different than everybody else. Our podcasts aren't an hour long like most podcasts. They're 20 to 40 minutes. Our podcast isn't once a week like most podcasts. It's 3 times a week. We have a weekly recap where I dig deep into my fucking feelings. And that's a 10 to 30 minute episode. And so I'm trying to do something different than everybody else, just to create something fun and enjoyable. So I hope y'all can kind of understand where I'm coming from. But these solo podcasts without fucking Danny make it really fucking hard. So Danny just had to get fucking sick, but he'll be back next week. So if y'all watch this show solely for Danny, sorry. Click off and come back next week. But until then, you got me. Another thing that I'm wanting to do here soon, once it starts warming up around here, is I want to go garage selling, because me and Danny were doing that for a little while. I was mainly doing it, but Danny came with me a couple times, and I would love to do videos of garage sales, of me going similar to Gary V, just change it up a little bit. Record myself going to these garage sales, finding these things, bringing them back home, posting them on eBay, on Facebook, and selling them, and trying to make a little bit of money off of it to show y'all how to make extra money. Because I did it for a long time, and I made quite a bit of money doing it, and I think it's a good little side hustle. It's fun, it's enjoyable, you can do it with your friends, and just have a fun time. Take a Saturday or a Sunday to just go out and have fun with your friends and spend $50 and buy a bunch of shit and possibly make a couple $100 to $1,000. Who doesn't enjoy that? So, I've got a lot of stuff planned and in the works. It's just actually getting it done is hard. Because like right now, nobody's doing garage sales. It's 30 degrees outside. So until then, I'm going to try to start implementing some more content to keep everybody entertained and have a good time. Jesus, it's only been like 15 minutes. Ugh. I hate solos. I love them and hate them because I know it's getting me out of my comfort zone and pushing me out of my normalcy and getting me to be better about speaking. Again, I feel like I'm getting a lot better, but it's not as much fun. I enjoy sitting down talking to Danny. I enjoy laughing and giggling, and I can't make myself laugh, so the only one I got is Bojingles. Oh, Jesus, your hat. Stay. But, I don't think there's anything else I need to talk about. Not that I can think of. Oh yeah, Star Wars. That's what I was going to talk about. Star Wars. They signed on a new director for the Star Wars movies, and Not very happy about it. There's not very many up here anymore. They're mainly on that opposite wall, but I have a lot of Star Wars stuff. I've got Jesus Christ, I can't speak. A Millennium Falcon hanging on my wall. I've got a shitload of Star Wars Funko Pops. I've watched every Star Wars, God knows how many times. I love Star Wars. I've loved Star Wars for years. I grew up with Star Wars. I grew up watching Star Wars. I didn't grow up with it. I grew up watching it. And so I've always loved Star Wars. These last 3 that Disney put out, they weren't my favorite, but they were okay, in my opinion. I didn't expect a ton from Disney. But with their new movies, they signed on a new director that is an advocate. And she is a feminist. She hates men. Well, she says she loves to make men uncomfortable. She's very woke. And to be honest with you, I have zero hope for the new Star Wars. This direction that Disney is taking Star Wars, I feel like is going away from what Star Wars really is. And so it kind of breaks my heart because Star Wars was my show as a kid. And so it's sad because if they're any worse than these last 3 were, I'm going to completely give up on Star Wars, and I don't want to have to do that. I nearly gave up on them whenever Princess Leia force floated through space, which made no fucking sense. But I don't know. With this new director and her attitude of, I want to make men uncomfortable, it rubbed me the wrong way. And people are cheering her on about that, and a lot of people may disagree with us, but if it was a man up there saying, I want to make women uncomfortable, everybody would have tried to cancel them. And I don't get how we're having double standards where it's okay for a woman to say that, but not a man to say that. I think we should all be equal in what we can and can't say, and what's offensive and what's not offensive. That's just my personal opinion. But, I don't know. I'm a white man. I'm not allowed to have an opinion. But that's my opinion. That's how I feel about it. I don't know. I'm praying that it's good. I just highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. I wish they would have got somebody that was a Star Wars fan and cared about the original movies and went in that direction. Because the originals, you can't beat them. But that's just my personal opinion. Everybody's allowed to their own opinion. That's just mine. And this is my podcast, so I'm going to state my opinions. But if y'all want to state your opinions, comment them down below. But I think that's really all I got for this episode. Maybe hit 20 minutes, so we'll call it good. But I just want to say thank y'all to everybody for watching this show. Thank you for supporting the show. It means more to me than you could ever know. And I hope we continue to keep on doing this, keep on growing. I hope every week we gain at least 1 follower on each platform, hopefully. So follow us on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Spotify. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram all have daily content. I do post TikToks and shorts and reels and whatever they call them all. I do try to post clips every day on there. And so if you want some entertainment, go follow them, give them a like, give them a share, and let's keep growing. So thank you for watching Clocked Out Chronicles. I had to do it again. It's too much fun.